So looking at the solving competency, this is the one that you needed to recover. So I'm doing a separate video for this one. So I've already done up the steps for the algebra. So the first thing we did was subtract 7 radical 3 from both sides. And then we divided both sides by 14. And then we simplified to get negative radical 3 over 2. This is where I need to go to my unit circle and determine where the cosine value is negative radical 3 over 2. And that occurs in quadrants 2 and 3, because that's where cosine is negative. At the radian measures of 5 pi over 6 and 7 pi over 6. Because I'm looking for all possible solutions, I need to include my plus 2 pi k, because they are going to repeat every cycle, which is 2 pi. So this is what you should have for your solutions to the first one. Let's take a look at the second one. So here we have cosecant minus 5/2 equals negative 1/2. So again, I got to do my algebra first to isolate the cosecant. So I'm going to add 5/2 to both sides. And because cosecant itself is not on the unit circle, I'm going to convert cosecant using my identities to 1 over sine. And to get it so that sine is not in the denominator, I'm going to take the reciprocal of both sides so that the sine of x is equal to 1/2. So now I'm going to my unit circle to determine where on that circle is the sine equal to 1/2. And that occurs in 2 places, at pi over 6 and at 5 pi over 6. Because I'm given the specificity of this interval, I do not need the plus 2 pi k. That would take me outside of the 0 to 2 pi range. So these are my only 2 solutions. And let's take the last one, the tangent problem. So again, I have an interval of 0 to 2 pi, but I need to use algebra to simplify and isolate the tangent of 3x. I'm going to add 10 to both sides. Which gives me negative 1. Multiply both sides by negative 1, or divide both sides by negative 1, however you prefer. So I get a positive 1. And that's as far as I can simplify. I can't remove that 3 from inside. So now I need to figure out where's the tangent equal to 1. Well, that's going to be when the sine and cosine are the same value. And that's going to occur in quadrant 1 because I'm going to have 2 positive values, and in quadrant 3 where I'm going to have 2 negative values. So in quadrant 1, it occurs at pi over 4. And in quadrant 3, it occurs at 5 pi over 4. So the tangent of those values will equal 1. However, I have inside parentheses 3x, so I need to know when x is going to equal a certain number multiplied by 3, so that the tangent of that number will equal 1. So I'm going to multiply both sides by 1/3 in both equations. To solve for x, which gets you pi over 12 and 5 pi over 12. So those are the solutions to the solving competency. Wish you luck on the reassessment. And we are closing in. Hope everybody's doing great. Thank you.